Hello, my name is Miss Reed and I'm one of the lead teachers at Heathcote School for A-Level English Literature. So why study English literature? English literature is a subject that really helps you develop your transferable skills by encouraging you to think critically and contextually in response to a wide range of literary works. It's very, very well respected in Russell Group universities, and A-Level literature will help you develop your argument and construct a coherent response to many texts with many different themes, such as love, loneliness, prejudice, bravery, but to name a few. I can honestly tell you will never ever find it boring. Where can an English literature degree actually lead you? Where can it take you for your future? Well, as I said before, it's very well respected, and as well as an English degree, students may go on and study a wide range of subjects, as you can see on the screen, from history, drama, psychology. Some have gone on to study, even at medical school, of studying the sciences alongside English literature. It's very, very effective in improving your interpretation skills, your communication, and really understanding the way language works and how powerful communication and close analysis can be. These are highly valued in a range also of graduate jobs, careers I should say. For example, teaching, business and finance, journalism, publishing, even politics. Quite a large portion of the course is taken up with studying poetry. That includes modern poetry, which is written post-decade, during the last decade, and Renaissance poetry. Why do people write poetry? Some people write it as a way of cleansing and purifying their emotions to reach a catharsis. Some people write poetry as a form of remembrance, to remember a special person, an event that may have happened in their life. Some people write it just to challenge themselves and see how they can express themselves. We are now going to take a look at one stanza of a poem that we study in English literature. This poem is called Eat Me. It's written by a feminist performance poet, which you can see in the image up above there. Her name is Agbarbi, Patience Agbarbi. So looking first at the title, Eat Me, we can see that this monosyllabic title comes across as quite an aggressive imperative. What do we think would make a feminist poet write something that is giving a female a voice? Is it an insult? Is this poem going to be about temptation? Could it be about a fairy tale? Or perhaps there's a sexual innuendo here somewhere. So let's look at one stanza. I was his jacuzzi, but he was my cook. My only pleasure, the rush of fast food, his pleasure to watch me swell like forbidden fruit. So looking at the first line, we can see that we have a very strong pause, and some of you may recognise some of these techniques from studying GCSE. The metaphor at the beginning can see the woman is being dehumanised. She's being objectified, something for fun for the male. We can see here that this role is non-essential, and already we are alerted that something is not quite right in this relationship. The caesura here could suggest that there is a focus on the woman being the warmth for the male. But he was my cook. There's a focus here on the seduction of fideism. There's a contrast in roles as he is essential to her. The enjambment through the poem creates a conversational tone. It is as if the speaker is releasing her memories and she is reaching a catharsis. This side we have this repetition of pleasure, and this repetition that pleasure is not real. This pleasure is controlling. It's not the way a relationship should be. And then we have this metaphor of the rush of fast food. This quick rush shows that her enjoyment is for food and nothing else. She's being abused by the neglect of her health. And finally, at the end of this stanza, we have this alliteration of forbidden and fruit. We have this biblical reference of Genesis, alluding to that sin of temptation of the Garden of Adam and Eve. We realise that something really negative is going on in this relationship early on in the stanzas. We can see the sin of gluttony. We can see that this simile shows that while she may be swelling, watching me swell like forbidden fruit, it is unnatural, because she is not swelling for a child or in pregnancy, she is swelling through his abuse. I hope you can see that some of this analysis that we have made will be familiar to you, and that you have already learnt the skills at GCSE to take you into A-level literature. It will not be anything new other than texts and teaching you to write to a far higher standard, preparing you for undergraduate. Finally, here is an overview of the course. At Heathcote we study, and have been for the last 5 years, we use Edexcel as our exam board, and as you can see here, it is all open book. So you will have your text in every exam. There are 3 different exam papers. These are plays, so we have a mixture of a comedy and a Renaissance tragedy. We study A Handmaid's Tale. Some of you may have watched it on TV, and Frankenstein. And then you have paper 3, which is poetry. Finally, you have the coursework, which is 20%, whereby you are given freedom to choose the text of your choice, which I will also guide you towards, and you can enjoy comparing 2 texts of your own choice. Thank you very much for listening. I really hope to meet you all in September 2021.